Okay, we're live now. No, yeah,
YouTube, right? Okay, yeah. Right.
yeah. We're officially live now. Now just waiting for the people to come in as watching Peyton Royce fight Becky Lynch wearing jeans and Nikes. Yeah. But no, this is No Holds Barred, episode 10. We're going to get people in here. They're going to come. They're going to see this. They're going to come. It's going to be on Twitter.
It's going to go wild.
Yeah, it's going to come.
You're crazy.
Yeah. We put out the notice. They will come. I didn't get to watch your live stream live last night, but I did watch it. I did watch it earlier today. And yeah, you put the word out. Got Randy will be here. Hopefully that one viewer. If I would not be shocked if that's Randy.
Oh yeah. I don't be able to see how many viewers we have in here, so you have to help me out with that.
Yeah, I got the one right now and stuff. Like this is my first time using Hangouts, so like if people like it's not like the normal live, so like I just got to try to see.
Yeah, do you still see comments on like YouTube, or how's that work?
Oh yeah, I just pulled it up right now. There's like a little tab with like a chat icon, and so now the group chat for it will just come up like right here.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But no, man, we got a lot to talk about. We got I think the first thing to get out of the way. I think is there a football game on Sunday? I think there is.
Is there? Yeah, is there?
Is there? I don't have any memorabilia down here. I just it's all up in my room.
Yeah,
I think I got something around here, but
I got the cup though. I got the cup.
Oh, there you go. The cup. I'm pretty sure I got a cup somewhere around here. Oh yeah, right here. Right underneath. Yeah. So there's our live stream right now on the YouTube app underneath Lazy Bookings vlog from the National, which I may have to check out sometime. I think I watched it before, but I'll have to check it out again. Oh, and Becky won. Now Oscar's. I have it on mute, so all I see is Oscar.
Yeah, and mine's behind because I'm on.
It's the same thing happens when I watch with like Alex. Like,
well, I don't really care. It's just on in the background, but
yeah, same. That's what I do 90% of the time when I watch this anyway. Like, I'll be on here YouTube, or even if it's like not a pay-per-view. Like pay-per-views are the ones I pay attention to, but Raw or SmackDown, it's always like the background noise.
Yeah, same thing.
I think Oscar wants a tag match.
Then you're way ahead of me then. Well, I'm on Sling TV too. I'm not using cable. I don't know if you know what Sling TV is, but
yeah, I've seen the weird commercials during football where it's like, oh, people want to swing, and it's like, no, really, it's like, oh yeah, like they're making themselves seem like swingers. I think, what's the guy's name? Ron Swanson's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All these commercials I see because of the NFL Network. Literally, it's like a repeat on there of like cable stuff, food, beer.
It's saturated stuff, man.
Yeah, pills for men who need help
with certain things.
Yeah, I'll keep it PG because of you. We'll try our best tonight to keep it PG.
Hey, do the best you can, man. Do the best you can.
I'll do the best I can. But no, I just keep watching. I actually saw today on my phone. I don't get ESPN, but I do see on the ESPN YouTube channel like the stuff from like the show First Take.
Right.
And they were talking earlier today about the whole Brady saying about the whole comments about, oh yeah, people think we suck and all this stuff, and people are saying like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, he's saying this because he's clearly paying attention to what the national media is saying by no one thinks he's got it anymore. But guess what? He's in the championship game for a reason this year.
Okay, so the chat, I agree. Side note before we get back to that. I pulled up the chat on my phone because apparently the chat you're looking at is not the chat, I guess. Okay. But anyway, so the YouTube chat is the one that's showing up. So says I'm watching this over SmackDown, so take that for what it's worth. Shout out to Pinko. Thank you, Pinko. Legends.
Thank you, Pinko.
Brandon said legends. Brandon, come on. And then of course, who's here but Randy? I don't know if they're reading the chat, which is bad for business. Shut up. Pinko, we're reading the chat. I thought Griff had that. But
I have the group chat one. All it says is that you joined, and it says to list all available.
You're looking at the Google chat. You have to look at the YouTube chat.
Yeah. I may just pull up. Yeah, let me just do something. Just give me a second. Sorry, people. It's my first time using Hangout.
You'll be fine.
I may just pull up. Yeah, let me just.
Okay. So it kind of switches back and forth between me and you. Okay, I see what it's doing.
Yeah. Now I got all these tabs I got to close.
I see what it's doing.
Yeah. So, there we go. Legends. I don't know if you're reading the chat, but which is bad for business. What's up, Griff? What's up, Phil? Randy putting us over as always. Randy Oscar is the
Hall of Famers. Team Nytemare meets Team Griff. The feud of the year on YouTube, okay?
We're coming together for the greater good.
Oh, Griff, Pingo's got a question for you. It's a hater question, but he's got a question for you.
He's got a hater question, but it's a question. Okay, let's see this. Griff, I asked this Phil yesterday. How are you going to feel after? I'll wake up from a really bad nightmare. That's how I'm going to feel.
It's not going to happen, Pinko. Give it up, bro. Not going to happen.
He just doesn't want to see like his classmates or the people where he is all upset and mad. He wants to see them happy, but
well, he wants school. He gets school out. Like he thinks that school's going to like end or something. But the point is, let me just talk about that. Let's talk about that. We were talking about it earlier. Patrick Mahomes, rookie, in the snow or very cold weather. It's supposed to snow like Friday and Saturday. Shout out to Pinko for
more freezing than it was on Sunday or Saturday when they played.
So let's just say it's snow. Like if it's snowing, like it's only going to be poetic justice for Tom Brady, and then it's just destined that we're going to play the Rams in the Super Bowl. I want the Saints, but I think the Rams are going to win. Like I think like the Eagles, if they just had, I mean, I don't know. The Saints played well, but I think the Eagles could have easily won that game.
Jeffrey's hands, ball.
And not even right. Not that's my boy. That's my Gamecock. But not even that. It's like there's a lot of opportunities that they could have had. Which I mean, you can say about every game.
But even too, like the fact I had a feeling the Saints were going to win that game after they ran that fake punt. I'm like, okay, like they're desperate, they got to go for it. But like they went for it. Like the Saints will just capitalize on any opportunity. The main reason why I'm actually thinking, like I think, like I keep rambling, but it's what I do best.
No, you're good. Go for it. Go for it.
No matter who wins on Sunday, I think you're going to get 2 great games this Sunday, and you're going to get a great game in about 19 days in Atlanta.
Oh, I think so too. I think the matchups are. If it was, let's just go unbiasedly. If it's Chiefs Saints, then that means the Chiefs had to shut us down because obviously, I mean, I say shut us down, but had to stop Brady enough to get it done. So I mean, I would be intrigued for a Chiefs Saints Super Bowl if somehow the Pats didn't win. If the Pats win, Pats Saints is going to be a shootout for the ages, and loser retires. I mean, it's not really. I think
winner retires. To be honest, winner retires. To be honest, like if Breeze wins, I could see him retiring.
Yeah, I don't think Brady's going anywhere. But I do think Breeze is.
Brady wants 7. 1 away from Thanos. If he wins in a few weeks,
he's 1 away from Thanos. Yeah, I mean he's the. I don't care what anyone said. Like I saw a post today. I just literally scrolled past it. He's the greatest of all time. It's not even an argument anymore. I'm sorry. Like talent wise, okay, you can make that argument. He's the greatest of all time. It's just not even close to me. To me, call me biased, but I just think I just don't think it's even. It's not even. I don't even entertain the idea. The only other one I even entertained at first was Peyton Manning because of his skill. But we're just talking overall and overall accomplishments and like accomplishments. It's not even close. So, but anyways, I mean, I think if you get, and then like I said, let's continue. If you get Patriot Rams, what other way can Tom Brady go out, starting his career beating the Rams in the Super Bowl, and then ending his career beating the Rams in the Super Bowl? I mean, there's just no other you can't beat you just can't beat that. Like that to me is the best. Rodgers is better, my behind. Let me go on. Now I'm gonna rant a second, Griff. Okay, give me a
cool. The floor is yours, buddy.
Okay, Rodgers is better than Brandon. Rodgers better than Brady is the most laughable conversation. Okay, I've sat back and you know what? Rodgers is very talented. He's amazing. The dude can't stay healthy. Okay, Brady missed 1 year. Rodgers has missed how many games? Like, get out of here, bro. Rodgers can't even stay healthy. One, yes. To Rodgers' credit, he does not have a Belichick, and he's never had a Belichick. So there's that. I'll give you pros and cons. But get out of here. It's not even close, okay? Could it be? In the end, could Rodgers one day be better? Yeah, he has that potential. But right this second, Brady's got it until Rodgers can beat it. Even Rodgers himself said that's a laughable argument. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, stop making the argument. Rodgers is not better. Athletically, sure. Overall, no, he's not. He's just not. It's not an argument. There's literally not an argument.
But even too with the whole Rodgers thing, with New England Patriots management, which is Bill Belichick, He gives Brady players to work with. Meanwhile, Rodgers doesn't have many players to work with. Like, your best receiver right now is Devontae Adams. You got one guy. Meanwhile, in New England, you've got a cabinet full of weapons that they can use. They got Sony Michel, James White, Edelman, Hogan, Dorsett, Burkhead. James Devlin's having one of the best years of his career. He had that 2-touchdown game against the Vikings. And even look at Gronk, too. Gronk's not having the best year, but just look at the blocks he was setting up on Sunday. Like, him and Dwayne Allen, like, it's just the overall talent that they're giving them. And also, too, the only time the Packers winning the Super Bowl was because Green Bay actually said, hey, Aaron, we're going to give you a defense. Every other year, he has not had the best defense. He's not winning anything.
Well, the thing is, yeah, I mean, he doesn't even need a defense, though, to get to the Super Bowl. I mean, New England's gotten to the Super Bowl with some pretty minuscule defenses. I mean, they haven't won. I mean, I guess you could say
not the first three. The first three, they had the best defenses.
Oh yeah, the first three, well, of course. I mean, that's what I'm talking about more recently. But I'm just saying, like, look, Rodgers. I mean, we could go all day on about that, but I'm just saying, like, I just don't think the proof's not there. Yeah, the talent and what ifs, but guess what? You don't live on what ifs, okay? Yeah. If Brady retires after this year, after winning or losing the Super Bowl, and Rodgers goes on and does a lot more, then okay. But, like, he hasn't done any, like, and it's a team. There's team accomplishments and there's individual accomplishment. What I'm saying is Rodgers hasn't stayed healthy to even touch. Like, he's not even going to get the records if Rodgers can't stay healthy. So he's literally going to have nothing but literally raw talent. And you can't just give somebody the GOAT title. Like, get out of here. He's definitely not the GOAT. It's not even close. And even Manning, he's more talented and he has the potential to be better, then yeah, go ahead for it. Go for it.
Even Manning's second Super Bowl, he did nothing to win that game. That was pure defense, just shutting down Cam Newton.
Touche. I mean, that's true. That is true.
That was one of the best Super Bowls ever, though, too.
It was a good Super Bowl.
It was good. It was good, but I'm just watching this being like, oh, it's so bad. The one that I liked good was the one where Seattle absolutely kicked Denver after Denver beat New England in the AFC Championship.
I had the biggest grin on my face. I'm like,
when they did this, when the snap just went right over his shoulder into the end zone, the refs put the triangle over his head for the safety. It was a good feeling for him.
Randy, to answer your question, I will be getting some more Road to WrestleMania at some point. I don't know when, but yeah.
I actually like the box design on this year's one, just like I don't know what if it's like a dark red or a brown or even it looks like a pretty good box this year compared to other years. Like, I don't break boxes myself, but just when I watch them, like whether it be you, Lorenzo's, Joe, Sean, Lazy, BTB.
Right, for sure. All right, what else do we want to talk about? We talk about, okay, the picks and all, like, as far as the AFC Championship games, I think it's pretty clear that we both had the Patriots winning.
And then I think for the NFC, I got the Saints, you got the Rams.
I think the Rams are winning. I want the Saints to win because if the Rams win, that means that's not good for us. Even if we win, the team we need to see is the Saints because that means if the Rams win, their defense obviously had to do something. So
shut down Breeze and
their weapons. And their quarterback Jared Goff, but seems like we win against Drew Brees, the topper tier quarterbacks. So, but anyways, I mean, we'll see. I can't wait. Sunday's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. But what shirt are you wearing there?
All in. Look at that.
I got the man on, but I want to
all in on the man. Okay, all in on Becky Lynch. Okay.
Ooh, sounds good. But I wanted to talk to someone about AEW because, like, I know you're a fan of like All In, ROH, like ROH. Let's look at ROH. Call them the Elite. Like, I'm respecting what they're doing and everything, but I can't go out here being like, oh, I'm nowhere near Justin's level of fandom for the Elite.
Right.
I own every piece of clothing I own is Bullet Club. Like, he's got sweatpants, socks, pajamas, hoodies.
Yeah.
He's got the Letterman jacket. So many Bullet Club shirts. Where I just have one Bullet Club shirt and I have a Villain Club shirt because I always like the design of the Villain Club shirt with Marty Skrull on it.
Oh, EC3. Sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah, the newer one. But like, I just wanted to talk to someone about AEW who's not all like, oh, this is gonna be like this is gonna triumph over WWE. Will it give WWE a run for its money? Sure, but I just don't think when it comes to competing with Vince, I don't think anyone's gonna beat him in the sense of whether it be like selling and all this stuff. You can still put on great shows. It's just I think. It's kind of like Vince will always be up. Like, you can't even see my hand right now, people. I'm doing my best impersonation of you. But then, like, will still always be up there. But I think they got a good ground game running, especially too with doing an event called Double or Nothing, where they're basically selling it as, "Hey, we're going all in." Like metaphors, we're going all in. Double or Nothing. This is it. Here you go, Vegas.
Oh yeah, and I think originally, like, I'm just kind of person. I'm not negative. I'm more realistic at first. So I'm like, until stuff started coming out, I'm like, y'all need to calm down because you don't know what the issue is. But I'm also on the other side of I love being excited. Like, be excited about AEW. It's an exciting time in wrestling, and I think it's good for people to to get excited about wrestling. Here's my thing about AEW. Like, I was like, well, one, if strictly, how do I feel about AEW by itself, and how do I feel about AEW against WWE? By itself, I think it's amazing. I think it's awesome. The only downfall I think to it is that could it kill the indies? I don't think it will if they have good relationships with other indies like Ring of Honor, New Japan, things like that. As long as they have a good relationship with those companies, I think it'll be fine. And the other side of it, competing with WWE, like, the only thing that's going to hurt WWE is WWE. There's nothing. Can AEW rise up to, like, get some notice, maybe steal a few talent, because they have money now backing them with the Jaguars co-owners or son owner, the Khans.
It's the owner and basically the
dad and the son. I mean, the son's the one that's backing it, but I mean, the dad's probably like, yeah,
his money.
So yeah, it's everybody's. It's the Khans' money. But the thing is, it's okay. They got money. That's one. That's what they needed. If you're gonna truly get to a point where you can compete with WWE, because you're gonna have to spend money. I mean, Jerry King Lawler actually said this in an interview. I'm not 100% sure what interview it was. I listened to it. Was popped up on my YouTube suggestions. And Jericho, I believe, said this too. He's like, they need, you need money. And I think Jericho is huge because what has he said over and over again? He said he was never wrestle for anyone outside of the U.S. as in respect for Vince. Kind of makes me wonder, like, he says it's not about money, but did he get the offer, or is it Jericho's just kind of going with a cool thing? I don't know. But I'm glad Jericho jumped on because that's what he needed to do. Jericho needed to jump to add himself to this because of all the success he's had with All In. He came, and then the cruise and things like that. So I think that's good for Jericho. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying I kind of do wonder what that contract actually was because he says it was his biggest contract yet. So that makes me tell you that, yeah, it still is a little bit about money, Jericho. It is a little bit about money, but that's fine. I like it. I just think that ultimately, I mean, WWE people talk about ratings, and I want to go off on this real quick, even though this is kind of AEW, but at the same time, like, people talk about, Raw, and they talk about SmackDown ratings. Like, yeah, Fox, they're gonna have to deliver a certain rating. USA, they don't have to deliver hardly anything. One, the deal's already done. USA's never, and I'll say this right, never dropping WWE. Unless, I mean, they'd have to pull out like 0.5s or something like that. Which, if somebody doesn't know, like, USA a 1 something is really, really good. Now, I don't know if they've gotten ones because I haven't followed it that closely, but I seriously doubt they're getting, like, below 1s, and they're not going to get below 1s.
I think with USA ratings, I think it's been peaking from hour to hour. Like, I think they're maintaining, like, a solid, like, between 1.8 to like a 2.4 on a weekly basis the last, like, I think 6 to 8 months. But you're right in the sense too with AEW. Like, at first I heard about it and I didn't think much about it. It wasn't until I found out that the Jaguars were backing it that I'm like, okay, I think this can go somewhere. Because I thought if it was the same thing as, and they actually changed his name to Andrade, with AEW, if it was just Cody and the Bucks doing it, I'm like, I don't know if this can succeed. And also, too, the only indie company I think that could struggle from this is Impact. But at the same time, too, the Impact contracts are very well structured, so it's to go out and do indies on a constant basis.
Well, see, I don't actually think that's the company that could hurt from it. I actually think it's Ring of Honor, but just because, to me, Ring of Honor, AEW are like, AEW is almost like right there. Like, yeah, prestige wise and all that, they're not. But like, AEW just starting up is right there in my eyes with Ring of Honor already. Like, yeah, obviously money wise, like, because I feel like I don't know if they have arguably more money than Ring of Honor because of obviously the Sinclair broadcasting. But AEW apparently Jericho says there's TV deals on the board. There's some big ones. It's just which one they land. Now, to me, a big one, I mean, SmackDown's got Fox. So, I mean, I would be floored if they got ABC or CBS or something like that. I seriously doubt that's going to happen because it's a more adult content. They're going to have to be like FX or like, like, I don't know. I think I heard TBS, TNT. I don't know if that's even going to happen. If they're going to, like, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but if it happens, it can't be the adult content that a lot of people are saying because, like, Well, one, and on that note, AEW cannot do. And my friend made this point. He's not as big a fan of him that he is that I am, but he saw it from All In, and he made this point. Joey Ryan can't be on the show. Like, no. I'm sorry. Like, this sounds bad, and people are going to disagree with me. Joey Ryan cannot be on this show. Like, he can be on the show to a certain extent, but his gimmick cannot be on it. Like, that would kill AEW. It would murder AEW.
Like, for example,
in today's time, it's not going to fly in today's time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm worried about stuff like that because All In, it did happen on All In. So, will they get crap for that? I don't know. But that is a valid point to bring up. I think, a big TV deal is going to look at All In and see that and be like, whoa, are you going to do stuff like this? Because you're going to have to promise us you're not going to.
The other thing, too, I look at it with AEW as well is I didn't watch the press conference, but I remember hearing a snippet from Brandy saying that, all female talent will be getting paid equally as the men. You only signed 3 females so far, and one of them is you, Brandy. So, you only signed Britt Baker and then Penelope Ford, which even though all 3 of them wrestle, 2 of the 3 are valets majority of the time. I think, too, if they also want to get this more on the map, you got to sign more women to the roster in AEW, because there are a lot of good women indie wrestlers right now. You see that in Classic or other promotions. Like, look at Tessa Blanchard, for example. She was in the Mae Young Classic once. She's been a star in the indies for the last few years.
Oh, no, and I think that the biggest thing there is just I think Griff, like a lot of women are under contract right now. Like Tessa's under contract with Impact. I think she's happy there. It seems like she is. I mean, I'm not saying she wouldn't make the switch, but and then you said earlier that you think Impact's gonna be the one that gets hurt the most. I think Impact's its own thing. Like Impact's its own niche, in a sense. Like they kind of do their own thing. Like as long as they stick to that and they don't try to be their, AEW. I honestly think to beat WWE, these companies don't. AEW doesn't need to be competing with Ring of Honor. Doesn't need to be competing with Impact. Doesn't need to be competing with New Japan. They need to be working with they need to be sharing talent. Like, yeah, you can contract the guy to AEW, but I think Neville or Pac, getting Pac is great. Like Pac signed, has a belt somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure where that's at.
Maybe Progress.
Yeah, there you go. So do that. I'm not saying necessarily bring AEW doesn't necessarily need to have every random belt coming out and then it's confusing the fans. But I do think, what's up, Lewis, WWE 777 fan? But yeah, I do think that, just like I said, I do think they need to work with everybody because they don't need to be like, well, you can't work for Ring of Honor or you can't work for this company. Obviously, keep your guys, but yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people were telling me too, they were surprised. It was SCU joined All Elite Wrestling. I'm like, that's the least shocking announcement that I could think of. The only other promotion I could see too where another gimmick I can't see working in a Dragon Gate. Thanks, Brandon.
Dragon Gate. Okay, I thought it was Dragon Gate. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was Progress. Just I guess it was me just thinking, he's British. He has a Progress title. Another gimmick I don't think that could work in AEW that's right now active it's in Impact, but it's in the Indies, is Scarlett Bordeaux. I think that's her last name, the Smoke Show. She gave Scott Steiner a full-on lap dance on air like that. No, I'm just saying,
right.
I think AEW has to stay away, like you're saying, from Joey Ryan stuff like that, the whole gimmick stuff. Just stick to wrestling. Just give people what they want. Give the people the matches. Look at example of a match I don't know, Kenny Omega versus Pentagon from All In. Do stuff like that. The other promotion I could see hurting it potentially is maybe Lucha, but at the same time too, Lucha, I know they tape they do NXT or even Impact where they just tape everything all at once.
Is Lucha done though?
I think so.
I thought Lucha was. I honestly have no idea, so I'm not trying to speak out of turn on that one because I don't know.
Where's Kenny going? That's a good question.
That is a good question. Griff, you want to go first? Where do you think he's going? Because most people are saying, I've heard Pinko himself said 99.9% sure he's going to AEW. But what do you think?
I think I don't know. I always say in the joking sense of he's going to be in Phoenix in a few weeks, which now is less than 2 weeks away. But at the same time too, I'm I say it in a joking sense, but at the same time too, I'm what if he actually does? I think he is going to join AEW just for the purpose of he gets what he wants. He doesn't get his character destroyed, even though they promised him the moon and back, like he goes 100% sure he's joining AEW. I actually think he's going to, but it would not shock me at all if we see him in Phoenix.
Here's the thing. Like Kenny Omega is the kind of the guy, although with AEW, but although I don't think Vince would care at the same time, he could make the deal with WWE to do Rumble and Mania and then go to AEW. Like I feel like he could do that. Yes, that's asking. I mean, you're talking about a one-time deal that like a lot of people don't get, but I think Kenny Omega is that guy. Is he going to do that? No. I mean, everything points to AEW. But I'm not going to say I'm not going to rule out the Rumble. I'm not someone that always goes 100%, 100%, 100%. I know Marty Scurll's another one, and I butcher his name all the time. But Marty, like, he has a contract with Ring of Honor, but like, I don't know. I still don't like. I've never like. Someone in the chat can let me know about that. But like with Marty, like, is there any way like there's some heat there? Because at All In, he never came out at the end, and it just seems like now he's not as much a part of the Elite. I don't know. Anybody in the chat about Marty? That's something I wanted to talk about. But back to Kenny. Pingo said, "I'm pretty sure his contract is up at the end of January, so no chance he's at the Rumble." That doesn't mean anything. Like, okay, if you think Kenny isn't going to WWE, that's fine. AJ's contract was after the Rumble. I'm pretty sure. Quote me if I'm wrong.
About to say,
but AJ Styles was after the Rumble, and he worked New Japan and WWE worked it out. So that's that. You can't use that for why Kenny's not going to WWE. If you don't think he's going to go, that's one thing, but that can't be your argument because Kenny is a big enough guy. Marty's girlfriend is in WWE, so I'm going there. So him going there wouldn't surprise me. Exactly. Yeah, Marty's girl. I can't think of her name. I follow her on Instagram.
Yana Perazo.
Perazo. There you go. So yeah. So Brandon's right. I think he could go too. Marty is still under contract with ROH, which I knew that, and I could see Marty going to WWE after AJ Styles' contract ended the day after Wrestle Kingdom 10. But was that before Rumble though?
It was. Think about it. January.
I thought AJ's contract was up before or after Rumble and they changed it.
Because I remember the day after Wrestle Kingdom, they basically buried him in the Bullet Club and they took away his membership and the Bucks kicked him.
Well, right. They did do that. I do remember that part. Okay, so I'm wrong about that. But I still don't like. It's not far out to think like if it's anybody else. Okay, then I'm not saying this, but Kenny Omega is the hottest free agent. What I'm saying is I could see WWE being like, or I could see New Japan being okay with him doing. He's leaving anyway, so he's gonna. So you're telling me he can't go to do one show for a company he's about to go sign with? I mean, that doesn't. To me, I don't think that's the like. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's going to WWE. Like all signs point to AEW. Like he'd have to come out the Rumble itself until no. Like if he like no one's gonna believe that until that happens. But
if he does join, though, I can't wait to see that 24 where they show him like when they did the Mania 24, the 24 from last year, where you showed them sneaking the Hardys in with the hoodies and like Ronda in an all black. They're gonna have to do that if he did sign, because otherwise word's gonna get out. If you leave that for a surprise, you're gonna get shock value from the fans in Phoenix, but then you're gonna get the fans who are like you and I, Phil, unfortunately, who are gonna be in our homes watching the Rumble. And you're gonna see people who are like, "Oh, this is bullshit. Why do you join?" At the end of the day, it is Kenny's decision on where he goes, on what Kenny wants to do, on what he wants to make. Or hey, it's one of those things. Do you want to make friends or do you want to make money?
Justin. Pinko. I watched that episode. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't see. It's a worked show. Being the Elite is a worked show.
Apparently, if they signed with WWE, they promised them the Elite.
What did you say now?
Like apparently, someone at my work told me that apparently if the Bucks and Cody signed with WWE, they said being the Elite would be a network show, and they'd have control over it. But I feel like at the same time too, it's like the podcasts that they ran on the network.
You're never gonna have
control from Vince.
Yeah, you're never gonna have control. But I watched that episode, Pinko. I don't see where you guarantees that Kenny Omega is going to be there.
I do not watch Being the Elite, but it's one of those things I've always wanted to check it out.
Being the Elite is amazing. It is amazing, but it's still scripted. There's a lot of it. I mean, obviously they show real stuff, but I'm just saying, like, Kenny Omega is going to AEW. That's not. I'm just making the alternate case that the Rumble is not a far out scenario, or not even the Rumble. WWE. Maybe he doesn't go to the Rumble, but he could still go.
Appears on Raw that he buzz to make people turn the channel.
If it's not Kenny Omega, there's going to be a top free agent that people are going to think there's no way he's going to WWE, and he's going to go to WWE. He is. I mean, I know you guys said Marty, but Kenny during it said lost his phone, and then at the very end they showed a phone in the grass with the ticking noise like the Bucks and Cody had for months. Okay, that doesn't mean like I know what you're talking about, but that doesn't mean that's what they've done for everybody else. So why would they not do that for Kenny, even if he was signing elsewhere? I see what you're obviously. I get your point, but
I'll be back in 1 second.
Okay, great. I mean, obviously, I get your point. Like, obviously, yeah, and being elite, it does tease that again. But I mean, what if this phone goes off and like they're all looking at it and they pick it up or something like? I mean, anything can happen. What a bunch of marks. What's up, Miguel?
Oh, hey, Miguel, what's going on?
Miguel's on from this piece.
Yeah, I'm still surprised neither Matt or Alex have joined this chat yet. I'm very disappointed in them.
They're not home. Or Alex, Matt's asleep, and Alex.
Oh, Matt, yeah, he's asleep. Matt's actually
asleep. And Alex, who knows what he's doing? Something more important than watching us. I guess I'll say that.
Yeah, clearly. But I don't like. It's like I said earlier, and also too, with the actual like Rumble itself, like I saw last night everyone hyping up the event and everything. I don't want to do that to myself because I did it for WrestleMania 34, and we all left feeling a little disappointed. Like, look at how much we were hyping up Shinsuke versus AJ. Like, that's just something I wanted to say quickly. Just like everyone's been hyping up the Rumble on Twitter and stuff who are going. I don't want to do that because every time I do that with WWE, I go out of the show being like, man, that kind of like didn't exceed my expectations. Yeah. Meanwhile, if I go into a show like no expectations, it's not like I'm saying that the Rumble's gonna suck. It's just that I want to go into it being like, you know what, this is going to be like a regular Rumble show. Blow me away.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. let's shoot on Miguel the fact that his last video is pretty much living in the nightmare because his last Mania video is all about me.
Yeah. Miguel, where's your Bourbon Street video? I'm going to be scared to watch it because his Monday Night Bourbon video,
can he upload that to YouTube? I don't know if he can.
I was severely intoxicated the whole time.
You may not be able to upload that one to YouTube.
Yeah, that one maybe actually just being like that's a director's cut.
What's the new up and coming YouTube? Pinko probably knows that. What's the up and coming independent of YouTube? Because everybody's leaving YouTube.
Yeah, I did it for Money in the Bank last year, Pico actually, and I loved Money in the Bank last year. Not as much as Fastlane though.
I go in with a lot less negativity than I used to. Like when people see my tweets and they're like, "Oh, I bet he's a big old WWE mark." It's like. No, I just enjoy the show because it is what it is. If I'm going to watch it, I'm going to enjoy it. I don't watch Raw or SmackDown every week. Like, I just don't because I know I'm not going to enjoy it. But, if Monday Night Raw last night, I enjoyed all that I watched. Like, not going to point anybody's names, but some people were like, literally every tweet's a negative tweet. Stop watching. Miguel actually talked about it on Twitter. Like, just stop. Like, I get it. You're a wrestling fan. But here's the thing. You don't have to stop watching. Watch WWE if you can't not watch it. But, like, if you're going to watch it, I'm not making you like it, but like maybe back up and like analyze how you're like watching it because if you're going to watch it anyway, there being negative means like you might as well just throw that to the, like. I'm not saying don't like certain things. I don't like certain things, but most of the time I just don't watch it. If I'm
keep
not
it to yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying keep it yourself. Like you should like voice your opinion. WWE needs to know what you don't do and do not like. I just think there's a line that you like that you can cross with that.
But don't. But you always don't have to go on to be that like storm cloud. Like appreciate it for what it is. If you don't like something, you don't like something. Don't go on Twitter just for the sake of shitting on something. And also, Miguel, I pray to God that it was not on video and it was more of a verbal argument than a fist fight. Because if it was a fist fight, I don't think I would have made it out in New Orleans alive.
No, I saw the bouncer fight. Lorenzo.
I'm going to explain what happened.
No, I saw that. Lorenzo had footage of that. Don't they?
I don't know if they do or not, but what happened was
I saw that somewhere, so I don't know if maybe Miguel showed me a video. I don't really know.
I started yelling at a bouncer because I literally just entered a bar, but then on the Monday night, and Xavier Woods was just literally walked right by me, and so I went to go follow him, and then I just followed him to see what he was up to because apparently they were giving out shirts and stuff, and then I go back into the club, and then the guy has to see my ID again, and then I said all this stuff about like why do I need to show it to you again. Yada yada yada. And then basically there were some words that were said, and then he just denied me entry, and then I basically just walked away, and I was under the influence, and I was mad. And when you get those two horns bucking each other, it's not a good combination. Usually ends up doing something stupid, but luckily I had friends who held me back, and I kind of just took a few breaths.
You could have taken him, Griff. I saw him. You could have taken him. You could have taken him.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's right, Miguel. You showed it to me. I knew someone showed it to me. I got the scoops. I forgot. See, I don't know where I get this content. Well, a lot of times when I watch it, I just don't know where I got it from.
But also, too, we actually have because I know Miguel. Miguel's actually going to be a dad in a few months. Which congrats on that, buddy.
Yeah, man, for sure. Congratulations to that. It's a girl, right?
I think so. I remember him. I remember the gender reveal video on Instagram. Yeah. The women's tag titles. I like the fact that I just saw this because I saw Pico ask about it.
Yeah, Pico. Yeah.
I like the titles. I mainly like the fact that they're not like a Raw set and a SmackDown set. It's one set. But personally, I think you got to give it to either the Iconics or Mandy and Sonya because they're the two women. They're the two groups of women that have been a tag team stable since they've joined WWE. I feel like in that match, you're going to get a lot of women thrown together. Like you're probably going to get Sasha and Bayley. You're going to get it's probably in that tag team match probably Iconics. Let's call them Absolution, Boss and Hug. And then like three other teams or four, three other teams.
I don't even know.
That are just like random wrestlers thrown together, like probably Alicia Fox and Dana Brooke. Personally, I want the Iconics to win the titles just because they've been a tag team ever since they came, not even the main roster, but NXT. And they're literally one of the best. Like, they were really nice girls to meet. I know the ring work's not the best, but I think they deserve it.
I'll tell you who I think is going to win it. The Bellas. I mean, these belts were made for them to win the first one. Like, come on. Like, I'm laughing just saying it. I agree. The Iconics.
The amount of Twitter anger that you're going to see from that.
It's either going to be the Bellas or it's going to be Tamina and Nia Jax. That's my prediction.
Oh, fuck. And, okay, good to see Miguel. It's a girl. But, no, with the fact the titles, it's plain. The titles are a nice design. They're not over lavish.
Matt,
and they're not.
No one cares what you think, Matt. No one cares what you think, Matt. Matt is the kind of guy. What's the quote? The famous quote from WrestleMania 34. He's the kind of guy that laughs at a funeral or whatever it was. Or no, laughs at a wedding. I don't know. I need
the laughs at a. It's got to be laughs at a funeral.
I'm the kind of guy that laughs at a funeral from a song. The laugh from a funeral is from a song. That's what. And I pictured it. Yeah, I can't remember who sings it, but yeah, it's one of the songs. But yeah, you're out on. Phone's got a crack in it now, so I can't read half. Double or Nothing in Vegas. What about the anniversary of All In show during Labor Day? Yeah, I'm probably out of Vegas myself because that's expensive and too soon.
I was in Vegas just about a month ago, as most of you already know. So I'm probably, and also too, like the fact I'm not like that weekend is like I knew as soon as as Double or Nothing Vegas. I'm like that's Memorial Day weekend. Any holiday weekend in the States in Vegas. The prices are jacked up triple, quadruple. Like, it's just not worth it unless you're staying far off the strip. The only people I know who are going, I don't know who's going, but I know Ryan Falcone, Ravi, Justin. Those are the only three people I know who are going at the moment. And I think maybe Zach.
Oh, but Pinko, any show in Chicago, you can already just check me in because that's a way more it's just way more affordable.
Bye, Miguel.
And then for other reasons as well. But yeah, Miguel. Later, bro. All in the Vegas show is going to just be like, I feel like it's going to have to be the hardcore of hardcores. It's going to be an amazing show, I believe, because of the crowd, because the crowd that goes there, it's not going to be anybody that can't, it's like not any Tom, Dick, and Harry because it's going to be expensive.
It's like BO and sweat and a lot of dandruff.
Well, sure, whatever you want to say.
Well, there's always those wrestling fans who don't know what proper hygiene is. We all know that. I saw it at WrestleCon firsthand.
That's people in general, though. I mean, wrestling fans, because there's just more. I don't know. I mean, you go to Comic-Con, I'm sure you get the same stuff.
Oh, I do. I saw it at the Niagara Falls Comic-Con I was at, and same thing with the Fan Expo I was at when I met Ric Flair and then Charlotte Flair.
I was in the South, so I get even more.
Yeah, but even with Double or Nothing, though, I like the fact that the venue they chose for it isn't like a big 20,000 seat arena. I like the fact that they're still going for that 10 to 12. Like it's at the MGM arena, which is in the MGM hotel, obviously. But I think it's like a 12,500 seating capacity. I like the fact they're keeping it to that small arena. Like still have the indie vibe, even though it's in a big arena.
Yeah, and I think you should. I think they should slowly. I say slowly, but slowly go up to like to 20,000. Like don't rush it, man. There's no rush because WWE's not going anywhere immediately. And almost like I said, let WWE hurt themselves. So while they're hurting themselves, just gradually get to 15, get to 20,000, get to 25,000, and then it's like maybe one day you decide to just let's just try this 50,000 seat arena, and then you hit it. I mean, I don't know. As far
Like-
when my question is, all right, if they're working on a TV deal, is it going to be this year, or like that's my question? Like too, it's like, is it going to in between? I still think this show is going to sell out same day. I agree. Oh yeah, it's not even it's going to sell out. It's not even going to be close, because here's the thing: AEW one, it's like I do think they're going to have more problems with like All In. They still had the issue, but I think scalpers and like there's going to be so many people that just buy tickets because they know they're going to be able to sell it again for like double the price, because it's all it's the first one.
No pun intended.
Huh?
No pun intended. They're going to be able to sell tickets for double or nothing.
Oh yeah, double or nothing, right?
Hey,
I didn't realize that.
The puns, man.
No, I didn't even realize that, and I love puns, and obviously Becky loves puns as well. But yeah, like I think all in two. So let me ask you this, Pinko. I think you might have said this. Is that going to be in the same arena? It has to be, right? All in two, or is it going to be in what's the other one? Sears Center? Sears Center is where it was. I don't remember. I think
it's Allstate Arena.
Allstate Arena is the other one. Is where it would yeah.
Home of Survivor Series, longtime home of WWE. But even going back to your point about how WWE works up attendance gradually, look at when they first started WrestleMania. You didn't see Vince going into the Silver Dome immediately.
Right.
He did the first two Manias in arenas, even though I also jokingly say that, All In 2 is going to be held in New York, Chicago, and LA just to piss off people. But I think I like the whole hypothesis behind the whole work your way up one.
Yeah, and I think, obviously you can have, you have them, like you have the fans now, like you're not losing any of those guys. My prediction is either Sears Center or United Center, but I'm leaning more towards Sears Center so they can say last year in this building on this day it started it all. Right. I say do that. I just say it doesn't matter how many you can squeeze in there. I say do it there again. But my thing is that's so far, like obviously they haven't announced that, and obviously that's going to be a goal, but like who knows where they're going to be in September. Like that's what I'm saying. Are they going to have the TV deal? And if they are have the TV deal, that could get some more eyes, and so then it's going to be even harder to not want to do a bigger venue. So it's that's just going to be tough. Like I think it's going to be. The TV deal is probably not going to happen this year unless they already the TV deal is going to be announced this year, but is it going to start this year? That's the question. Like that would be. Because look at WWE's. They signed the Fox deal, but their deal, what did they sign it? Like, when did they announce that?
So I think it's October. They signed it.
Yeah, last year they signed it.
October, it's kicking in.
So like a year. So a year before theirs kicked in. How is AEW going to get one and it start right away? Like I don't know. I think
you find like a lower rung like TV network, like you're saying, like an FX or something like that.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like. And that's the thing too. TNA did this. Like TNA has had beforehand had some like they came on Saturday mornings. If I think it was, I want to say it was Saturday mornings. The thing is, this isn't a one promotion, one show promotion. They'll probably do 3 to 4 big events, like All In, then have TV show taping. Well, yeah, exactly right. So they'll probably TV tape instead of like a live shows. I'm sure you're right about that, Pinko.
But with TV shows, will they do it like one show a week, or do you think they're going to do it like what ROH is, what Impact is, what NXT is, where you do like 4 to 5 weeks of TV tapings in one night in like the same venue?
And here's what I'll say actually, for AEW, like, and it's not going to be easy at first, and I know you have to get sponsors, and it's hard to sponsor people if they don't know exactly what the network receives. But I honestly think they shouldn't get a TV deal. I think that shouldn't be a goal of theirs, because that's not where things are going away from TV. And that's why ratings are down with Raw. Like ratings are down with everything. Football ratings are down, like the most popular sport in the world. So like, everything, I say the world in the United States. I don't want to say the world because I don't know enough about that. Soccer is probably the most popular in the world, but yeah. So I think I think they're going to take, like, I don't know. NXT works, right? So to me, that's what obviously having their own network is right away is expensive. So that might be not the expense. The cheaper route might be getting a TV deal, because the TV is going to also, like, you're going to kind of get money, and it's easier to get sponsors. But I don't know. But I think that they should do like a Ring of Honor thing. Ring of Honor does theirs. Everyone has a network. So if you don't have a network, you're not gonna be able to compete. So I think I think I did hear Jericho did say something about they had him on a network. I don't know if I heard him the right way, but he said in an interview in his car, it was a popular interviewer. I don't know his name at the top of my head, but he interviewed Jericho. Jericho said a lot of this in that YouTube video that I watched. It's a guy that interviews a lot of wrestlers. I think he's actually the guy that has been at Access a lot and that people boo. I'm pretty sure.
I think I know who you're talking about. I just don't know his name.
I don't know his name and the name of his.
I think he did one with Bliss or Rousey a little while ago.
Well, I want to say I saw that too. But yeah, so like I think that what Jericho said, if they do have a network, that would, if they can launch that, and I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, if you have a TV deal, do that too. I'm not saying don't do that, but I think it's going away from like right now. Yeah, you still have to have a TV deal to get exposure, and I get that, but like so many people are cutting cable now. Like I'm watching SmackDown on Sling, which I get you still get commercials, which is showing a Boost Mobile random commercial right now. But I'm saying like you still get commercials, but like if I didn't have to have Sling, if wrestling is only one of the only reasons I do have it. And sports, even though not all the sports channels are on Sling, but like cable's going out. Like I'm 30, you're like 25. Like I know our generation probably is going to be the last generation like that knows TV. Like my generation would be. So like I don't know. I just don't think TV. I think TV's, and maybe I'm still ahead of the game, but I think WWE was so far ahead of the game with the network because they were the first ones to do it, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe Ring of Honor had theirs first. I don't remember. But like WWE did theirs, and then you got Ring of Honor, you got New Japan World, which has gone light years now. You can I remember trying to sign up for it and could never get it signed up. Brandon can tell you that. I was texting him, messaging him all the time, couldn't get it to work. Now it's like way easier to use because you can translate it easier. They have, but so it's like that's the way to go. I think AEW definitely has to have that. If they want to do a TV deal too, I'm not saying don't do that. That's money that they need. But I don't think a TV deal does, like if they come out and say, oh, they got a TBS and no one's like groundbreaking, no one's shocked by TBS. Still TBS. I mean, it's still good. Like TBS is probably even with USA, I would think, or at least maybe over USA. TBS gets baseball. USA doesn't get that. So I don't know. I don't know who would be technically bigger in the scheme of things of that. I think we're going in a circle with TV. Everything is going to streaming networks. I agree. So we have shows on networks, and the internet is the cable package with a bunch of networks. Right? Exactly. No, exactly. And I mean, you can see now cable companies are doing the same. I mean, DirecTV has which that's not technically cable. That's satellite, I guess, but they have their own little thing. But I mean, I don't have cable. It's just stupid. There's no point. Now, the thing here's the problem with anyone that has a budget though, like you have the network, the WWE network. If you don't have cable, you have the WWE network. You have Netflix. Most people have Netflix. There's Amazon Prime. There's Hulu. There's and then if you have New Japan World, if you have say AEW does one, then you have Ring of Honors. Like you're gonna start like getting to where you have to cut. Like I've done it. I've had to cut network one month that I didn't care about. Like I'll cut it until the pay-per-view comes, and then I'll cut New Japan. Like New Japan, I had for Wrestle Kingdom, and I'll probably can't. I think I already canceled it. I can't remember, which I might need to look at that. I cancel it when I have already watched the show, and I'll come back to it later. But like, yeah, you have so many of them. I guess is what I was getting at. That it's like, it's like when you cut cable, you can't. Networks create a package of networks exactly like cable. Oh no, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You're eventually gonna see. Yeah. Well, they already do that. Like, you can only get like CBS All Access does their own, which is like $5 a month. So it's like there's every network pretty much. I think someone just announced. Oh, Miguel actually is not in here right now, but NBC is threatening. I don't know. I just saw one of his tweets that NBC may be doing theirs, and they may be taking The Office off of Netflix. Which
Well, I saw Pico tweeting about that earlier today, and then he said going back. But even with the sports aspect of it, I know the NFL's really trying to advertise, hey, you're not at home on a Sunday to watch the game. You're out doing groceries. You're running errands. You can watch the game on your phone. The fact that they're making those so multi-platform, the one network I'm surprised, or sports company that hasn't gone, and every single sports platform does it except for UFC. Like UFC will have like their minor shows and their like prelims on there. If UFC can be like WWE where they get their pay-per-views onto that Fight Pass network, they're golden. But they won't, though, because they know, hey, We keep charging like 60, 70 bucks for pay-per-view. And also, too, people will go to the bars for the pay-per-view, spend the money on the bars, and the bars will buy the pay-per-views, which is like $600 to $1,000 per restaurant.
That's why they won't do it. That's why they won't do it.
Because they know the revenue stream from it. Like, a UFC event will make $2 million easily off gate.
It's because bars. It's because of the bars. That's exactly. I mean, you said it. I was going to say it if you hadn't said it. But it's because of the bars. Like, that's exactly why. The bars and the restaurants, like Buffalo Wild Wings, things like that. Like, that's why that until they say, well, we're not going to pay it anymore, then they'll be forced to do a network. Well, they have one. It's called Fight Pass, but it's not near, like you said, it's not nearly what it should be.
Yeah. Like, even, like, for example, next Sunday, like, this basement's going to be, like, for example, how, like, with UFC, like, I don't have people over to watch UFC like I do WWE. Because, like, for example, next Sunday, you're going to have, like what you like to refer to him as Muhammad Hassan, the champ, Ravi, RKO, Justin, and then TJ over here watching the Rumble. You don't see people going out to restaurants to watch WWE. Certain restaurants will do it. Like, you have to find them that are, like, really hidden. But for the most part, too, like, the fact with WWE where you can, like, get everyone together into, like, a basement, turn on a channel, watch it, it's great. Like, before that, I usually had to, like, stream pay-per-views.
Right.
Back in good old days. For me, it went until 2015 because we didn't get the network till right before Mania 31. And then even, like, for example, I only discovered the whole online service for the network was available in Canada in 2017. So, like, we were a bit behind on the curve. But the fact, like, I remember it perfectly. I was watching, like, TLC. I was watching the main event of TLC, like, in my bedroom on my MacBook that I'm talking to all of you on right now. And the fact that I was able just to close my laptop, put it in my nightstand, and fall asleep was great. And also, Pico, I did go to the theater to watch some wrestling pay-per-views. Those were a fun environment. It was like, I think
I never did that.
It was like us. It was like 17 or 18 bucks to get in. I never did it with, like, Justin and Ravi. Just, like, I really didn't start hanging out with them until the network came out, ironically. But TJ and I did it a bunch where we went. The first one I ever did was Elimination Chamber 2012, and then I did, I think, a TLC, a Payback, and I think it was the first Fastlane. There was a few that he did in theaters, and you see a lot of interesting people in those movie theaters. Let me tell you that. Like, there was, like, people that were there by themselves watching. There was people that were, like, older men, like, in their 70s watching the show. And it's like everyone's just there yelling and having a good time.
I've never had it happen in the States. Just heard people from Canada. Yeah, I don't know if WWE's there. I thought TNA, they have done a UFC one in the States at the theater, but it was like the price was ridiculous. I think it was a fight that I was like, God, I really want to see. I think it was one of Ronda's fights. And I'm like, man, I really want to see it. And it's like, that was the only way I could see it. And I'm like, still just couldn't do it. It's just too expensive. It's like, I could buy the pay-per-view at my house and invite, like, 2 people over, and it would have been the same price.
So that's what I did for the boxing match. Like, that's what I do, like, for certain boxing fights, like the Pacquiao Mayweather and the Mayweather McGregor. Like, I had people over here, but, like, it was kind of like, hey, people.
That was the one too, Pico, yeah.
But I do the same thing too, where it's not like, hey, people, don't come over, come over, but I'll take care of the pay-per-view. No, it's, hey, you come over, you give me the money for the pay-per-view. My father pays the cable bill, so
right,
I give him the money.
Right.
But
yeah, right.
For WWE, it's different. But no, I think the movie theater thing was big. It was huge in Canada for a really long time. But once the network came into Canada, it started going downhill. And then eventually, I think now they only do Mania. They may do the Big Four still. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure. I know for sure that, like, the movie theater chain, the big one up here is called Cineplex. We used to have AMC, but they went back to the States. Cineplex, I believe they only show WrestleMania, and I think it's like $25 to get in to watch it.
You see, like, you're not going to pay that when you can pay $10 and watch it on your HDTV at home.
Well, the last 3, I had a seat in the crowd, actually, which...
Oh, Mania, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, for example, WrestleMania seat right here.
Thank you. Do you think it's going to be in...
If it is in Florida in 36,
yeah, 36,
be there.
Miami, man, that'd be dope.
Where it all began for me, that was my first Mania, Rock versus Cena.
That was my second, but man, Mania 28 was like, we rented a car, like, it's such a different experience now compared to most, like, recent Mania trips. Like, that was an OG trip for me.
Yeah. Like for me, my OG trip was 32 just because like when I did 38, I went with my dad. I wasn't on YouTube yet. But like even I remember Phil, us taking those the taxi on the way there and then the Uber on the way back, you, myself, Matt, and the Boston brothers. Like that's what the WrestleMania trips are. Sure, you're there for the show. And even like this, like Miguel said it too in New Orleans. Who would have thought that a little network like this
crazy, man,
would have brought together all of us? Like the fact that, I think telling my parents at first, hey, I'm going to WrestleMania with a guy I met online. At first, it's kind of like, what? But then it's like the fact that they're like, yeah, I told them, like, yeah, no, like we talk all the time. We're YouTube. I've like traveled with him before. It was because it was just Matt and I because Alex was still in school. But yeah, and like the fact now that a lot of people are coming here for SummerSlam in Toronto, and I get to show them my city. I'm really proud of that. Like, for example, I'll hopefully if Mania 36 is in Florida, Pico, there's a very good chance you'll be seeing me in November, buddy.
And to go off on what you said, man, it's so like I'll say that I was like, everybody asked me like, who you going with? I'm going by myself. Like, you're just going by yourself. I'm like, yeah, but I'm meeting friends up there from Canada, from California, from Chicago, from New York, from Connecticut, from Toronto. Can't like they're like, wait, what? And it's like and what's funny is nobody. I think I've told this story before, but I'm looking down at my Canadian flag that I have had for a long time before I even knew Canadians, and the fact that I ended up like being friends with like 4 or 5 Canadians now is hilarious because I've always had a infatuation, is that the word, with the Canadian flag. Like literally, you actually can't see it. All right, so you see it right there? There's
that flag, the best banner in the world.
Super, Patriots, and then there's a Canadian flag hanging off of it.
That banner's the one that started it all, baby.
That I've had that flag for a long time. Me and my best friend, shout out to Stevie. You see me probably talk about him sometimes on here. It's Phoenix, but like is his name on here or on Twitter. But like, yeah, so I have a big one down, a big Canadian flag down there. I now have Canadian money. It's like it's just crazy. That's just one of the things, but like so crazy. I've been to like,
stay out of here with your part of my take talk, Pico.
Sorry, or I said sorry.
It's sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we didn't mean to do that there, bud.
Which is weird too, because like nobody that I know from Canada has that accent. Like, were you born from Canada?
I was born. Yeah, I was born here. But like, it's only 8.5 hours from Justin's place, so you're probably about the same amount of distance to me because Justin lives about 15 minutes north from me, and then TJ's about 5 minutes from me, and then Ravi's about half an hour, 40 minutes west.
Like Ravi's away from everybody, right?
Yeah, Ravi's like because they're part of like Ravi and Justin are part of like our like social like our social group that like who TJ and I hung out with in high school. And like whenever they come out, it's like Justin's always quick, but then Ravi's always like coming from such a far distance. That's why we did New Year's this year actually at his place, and I got to see inside the famous assault and battery 777.
The room. I'm so jealous.
Room in person. I walked in there and I was like, holy shit.
So jealous.
Yeah, it's not that big of a bedroom too. It's not like a knock on him or anything. Like no. And it's like all this memorabilia, his bed, the desk where he does all the videos and like the background of everything, and then like the belts and stuff. Like pinpointing out, like I was just going in there and being like, what in here is not wrestling related? Like I just feel the coolest thing about his room was probably the Bret Hart tights.
Yeah, that's I've always. I mean, he can never like take those down. Although I think he's tried to sell them once, but
yeah, like for example, too. Well, you refer to her as Jessica, but with my bedroom, she'll like with my room, like she goes in there because if you saw my previous videos I did, I have my 2 Mania posters above my bed, and I always tell her, you think my room's bad? I'll take you into his. I'll show you his room just to show you that. Like, not saying anything bad about his room, just saying that when people say like, "Oh, I go to a lot of shows, I have a lot of stuff," I'm like, I know people who've got a lot more than me.
Also, too, like size wise, too, like if someone came in my room, they're like, "Oh my!" Like my friend hadn't been in my room in forever. He knows I collect pops, but like literally came in. My pops are all right here. Like he came in, and he's like, "Holy cow, bro, you've got a problem." Like so it's like because my room's so small, like. My room is literally probably the size of most people's closets. It's just I'm in the same because I'm in the same room that I've been in for all my life. But yeah, Ravi's room is gonna turn into a Canadian wrestling museum. He should charge $50. The thing is, Ravi could actually get people to pay that.
Yeah, he would get people to pay that. Maybe people would be like, "What the fuck is your problem?" And then who's the other person? Matt Lorenzo in his his old room because he moved out. He has quite the room too.
Oh yeah, Matt. Yeah, you talking about like with all the figures on the wall?
Yeah, like I saw that room at first. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, he's.
I've never been in his house. There's only 2 people from the YWC whose rooms I've actually been in, and that the other one's Hassan. But like Hassan's got the same kind of like thing with the figures on the wall, but he's got like his posters take up a lot more space than figures.
Yeah, I saw. Pinka painted his room, so it looks different.
Yeah.
So I did see it, but I did see it. Shout out to Pinko's parents; they're the best. But
who's got a bigger pop collection though, you or Zach?
Zach kills me. Like it's not even close. Like I do have all right, so you can't see it, but I've got a bunch of loose that I'm trying to put back in the boxes because like I don't know, I don't want them to get messed up now because I started buying them loose and then some of them I had loose, but I have all. I mean, it's a bad problem. I mean, I have 3 Ronda figures, right? 3 Ronda pops right now.
I have 1 wrestling pop. I'm gonna go get it right now because I see.
Okay, and see what.
Yeah, I got 1 wrestling pop, and it came with a video game.
Oh, it's probably Ric Flair then.
No,
the Hulk Hogan. Oh, the Hollywood Hulk Hogan. That's nice.
Yeah, I got this with the Hulkamania edition of 2K15, and I'm holding on to this because if I ever do meet Hulk Hogan, this is what I'm getting him to sign.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect. I have one. That's funny because I have the event like exclusive. Apparently, like you can only get at live events, or you might could have got it at the Superstore. I don't know if I can. Yeah,
they've been selling pops, I think, at WWE events, which is weird. But I wouldn't be surprised. Like they're starting to phase out selling figures in the Superstore. And someone's texting me. Someone from my work texted me being like, "You watching SmackDown?" I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I am."
Yeah.
But of course I am. But the one thing too, there's a Comic-Con near me in Niagara Falls that
how's Hogan not come to Canada yet?
The last time he came to Canada was before I owned this in like 2014. I got to text this person back because he's like, they just changed Almas's name to Andrade. I'm like,
what are they called? What? They changed his name?
Yeah, so they just shortened it to Andrade.
It's not Cien Almas anymore? They took that off? Oh, God. I love this.
I need to get a Matt Lorenzo reaction to that because I know Matt loves him. I know he's going to be so mad.
What? They did not do that. They're not buying the Punk one when it came out. That's all in stores. Yeah, every time I see one, like I regret like not grabbing every wrestling one I've saw. Like a guy called me about the Chase Vince. Like I got a guy at GameStop that like will call me now because he knows I collect a lot of them. He called me for the Chase Vince, and he literally called it the worst possible time because I didn't have any money that I was going to spend. I couldn't, So it's like, God, that Vince Chase is probably going to be worth something one day. I have an app too, by the way. Now, shout out to anyone that was not in my live stream last night. If you do collect pops, the GameStop guy, my GameStop guy, I'm just going to call him that because I don't remember his name. My GameStop guy let me know that you can get Stashpedia is the app. So download Stashpedia. Shout out to the Motor City Marks. I think Sean or Joe downloaded it and said he liked it. Like it'll tell you the value of the pop. So actually, the Hollywood. Actually, while we're on live stream, I'll look up yours. The Hollywood. I can't scan it, but I can look up. Let's see.
It's number 11. And even on the back too, it's got like the 2K15 logo and all that stuff.
I'll just search Hulk Hogan. I'm sure it'll come up.
No, but I was saying earlier though, the Comic-Con that's coming here, they announced that.
Holy cow! It's worth $80.
This is worth $80.
$80 is what this thing says. Yeah, $80. That's the trending value, obviously. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, you have to sell it.
Dude, there's so many Hulkamaniacs out there that someone will probably pay $80 for this because this is a video game exclusive one. It's not like it's an in-store one. You had to get the video game one to get this.
And then I think this is the event exclusive. I don't know. All right, so they have this one. I don't know if you might can see it, but there's one with the red shirt Hogan, and then there's one with the yellow shirt. I think it's buried behind the Young Bucks right now, so I can't see. Okay. But I think the yellow one's valued at $255.
Jesus Christ!
I don't think that's the one I have. That can't be the one I have.
Yeah. But no, Hogan also charges way too much for autographs. I've been hearing like even in Orlando, I wanted to meet him, but the fact that he was charging so much, it's like one of those like they're doing a stupid hotel angle on SmackDown right now with the Uso and I believe, and Mandy Rose in a silk robe.
What? Yeah. Is that her like new gimmick now?
Yeah. Also, too, last night apparently having Alexa Bliss being naked in the locker room, they're trying to push the envelope, according to good old Dave.
Really? That's what he said? Oh, no. Let's talk about this because I watched this video on my one break today. Like, because apparently the Observer actually like let the clip be on their YouTube channel, so I listened to it. Apparently the plan all along was Brock versus Finn Balor. Like that's been the plan all along, and that Braun's not hurt, and that the plan was never to be Braun versus Brock. And I'm like Dave said like, well, they say he's technically, they don't, Dave says he doesn't know if he's in that clip. He said, I don't know if he's cleared technically or not, or something like that. But he was never planned to be in the match to begin with. I'm like, so now that kind of makes me think like now Balor winning is not as big as it looks to me. Like, cause now it's like they already knew Balor was going to be in it. So now it's like, well, Balor's just going to lose. He's liable to get squashed.
But the fact, too, that people are saying the Demon better appear at Royal Rumble, it's like, if he doesn't, what are you going to do? Bitch and complain about it? No, Balor's getting a great opportunity. If the match is what it was like against Daniel Bryan, that's all I care about. Like, right. It's really hard to concentrate when they have, like, this weird Mandy Rose angle.
I saw it. I'm not, it's not, I can't hear it, but, like, what, I knew that, I saw a clip where he, like, walked by, like, I know that Naomi came and beat her up or something like that. But
yeah, like this one too was I can't hear what she's saying, but actually I'm gonna turn the volume up just so,
no world is going on right now. Man,
all these photos in my hotel room, they will destroy her entire life.
Feel so bad for the Usos. They're doing like just gimmick, like not gimmick, like just weird stuff like this. Like I remember this was
starting to do stuff like this now. Oh, she hired the paparazzi.
I'd love for Naomi just to come out of the closet and just oh, there we go.
Don't say anything. Hold on.
I'm not gonna say anything. I muted my TV back just so it wouldn't ruin it for you because obviously I know you're behind me.
I just want to. Apparently, all right. So Pinko, Mandy Rose is in a hotel room trying to trick whatever Uso that is. I don't even remember.
I've never been able to tell them apart.
Yeah, I don't either. It's Jimmy that's married, so it's Jimmy is though, right?
They're both married, but whichever one's married to Naomi, which I think it's Jay. I got to do some stats work here.
Yeah, because I have no idea. I should know.
I did meet Naomi at Access this year. She was nice though, but apparently she was awkward to Matt because Matt is blocked by her on Twitter. Jonathan Fatu.
Yeah, Matt's probably blocked by half.
It says she's married to Jonathan Fatu, which is it is Jimmy.
Jimmy, okay, yes.
Yeah, it's Jimmy. But like you click on the Wikipedia page and it takes you, and it took me to the Usos, so it says Jimmy and Jay. I'm like, that doesn't help my case.
This is so stupid. All right, so now Naomi's fighting her. This is so stupid.
And that like full green like
jumpsuit. Yeah, like that's what I say stupid. Like, girl, this is like did Vince say let's bring back the Attitude Era? Yeah, that's gonna work.
Yeah. I guess they want to like not bring back the Attitude Era. Oh, by the way, they're just a little ahead. I think they're recapping the whole tag team thing last night. That tag team thing, Otis was the best part about that whole Moment of Bliss segment.
That was hilarious. Otis was hilarious.
Like he just comes out.
I don't enough to know. I didn't even know. Like I don't even know he did that, but he sold me. Like I was cracking up.
Yeah, I just fear Heavy Machinery. I talked to Alex about this. That Heavy Machinery is going to be that team where they're dominant for like 6 to 8 weeks, and then they're jobbers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they're showing the women's tag titles. I like the fact with the women's titles that they go with the white strap. Would I buy those titles? No. Do I like them? Yes.
He looks like a giant neon. Like I can't.
I like the title you have though, right behind you though.
Oh yes. The tag titles are good though. I like that. Matt's being a little bit of a hater on this.
When's Matt ever positive on anything?
Exactly. Matt's the only one that is allowed to be negative watching wrestling because he's always going to be negative. So
yeah, Matt always comes in like we know it.
Like, Matt really like. All right, let me just defend Matt for a second. Matt's negative, but like Matt just says things like I don't think deep down he's actually negative. Like Matt just likes to rant about stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it, and me saying that he doesn't doing it on purpose. But when you meet Matt, like Matt's not miserable to be around. Like
No.
you know, like you would think because of his tweet. Like I'm just being honest. I mean, I told him this. Like you would think he would be the most miserable person to be around, especially watching his card videos. Not the case. Not a case at all.
No.
Alex is still the better Lorenzo, but Matt is okay.
Yeah, both of them are good guys. Like they're the guys here I'm closest with just because like I've known them the longest. And also Bryce Harper to AEW. Your thoughts? Well, the first event's in Las Vegas. He's from Vegas, and he hasn't signed anywhere yet. So why not?
Bryce Harper's going to be on the Nationals. The Nationals. He's re-signing with the Nationals.
Yeah, Machado's going to the White Sox.
All this talk for nothing. He's going back to the Nationals.
I don't think they're going to have Balor come out as the Demon, honestly. Rusev versus Nakamura for the title. Like, why? That's got to be they're going through the Rumble card right now. They just announced Kevin Shinsuke. That's got to be pre-show.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, then coming up next is the Miz birthday celebration for Shane.
Oh my gosh. Shane McMahon wrestling another pointless match at WrestleMania is can he just like get this time? I don't want to say what I was gonna say.
The two best matches Shane's had since he's come back were his first two Manias with Taker and then AJ.
Yeah, and I mean there you go. That's all you needed. I mean, one was a Hell in a Cell match, so
yeah. Well, the AJ match was pretty much one of the best like Mania openers in a very long time until the Intercontinental title match happened this year.
Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor. Has he lost as the Demon yet? The Demon was undefeated, but then.
No, because the last time I think he did the Demon at the first SummerSlam he did that he got hurt. And then I don't remember him doing the Demon again until
he came out as a Demon to fight Kane, didn't he?
I don't remember. Did he do the Demon against AJ? 2017? Remember when he was supposed to fight Bray Wyatt, but then Bray Wyatt had like the mumps or something?
I don't know.
Okay, there's a cake on the stage right now, and whenever there's a cake involved in WWE, you know someone's going to get pelted with it.
Somebody's getting a cake to the face. Cake to face.
Cake to face. Someone's getting caked.
Cake. I just hope it's pound cake.
Yeah, I think one of the best ones I've ever seen was I think it was a Halloween SmackDown from like 2002 where I think John Cena got caked or he like threw a cake in someone's face. It was the one where he dressed as Vanilla Ice.
Oh, here's a question. Oh God, God. Pound cake. Do you know what pound cake is?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if that was a Southern thing or not. Okay.
No. I don't know what off the top of my head, but I know what a pound cake is. I just can't tell you like what it like is.
I couldn't describe it. It's like just normal cake, but it's called pound cake.
Ah, true. Like a coffee cake almost.
No.
Oh,
I don't think it's like I don't know. I wish I had some. I'm in the South, and then normally my mom has some in the house, but no.
No problem. Also, how's Target been treating you?
Target is amazing. Target is life. Target is life.
True.
I need more hours, but Target is life.
You and my girlfriend have the same opinion on that. She loves that store.
And it doesn't hurt that favorite kind of what?
Favorite kind of poutine. I'm just going to Canada for poutine. Ooh, if you probably
what the heck is poutine?
Poutine is a Canadian delicacy. You know how you Southerners have pound cake? We got poutine.
He goes, you know how you Southerners have pound cake? That was kind of that was good.
Thank you. Basically, it's you take fries, then you layer those fries in gravy. Then you get cheese curds, which are like these little like pieces of cheese and put it on top. But there's this one place, Pico, called Smoke's Poutineery up here, where they do all different kinds of poutine, and they have ones that are like Philly cheesesteak. I gotta look up the whole menu right now, actually, just to like get it.
When I read that, I thought you were talking about Poontang pie. I was like, what?
Bill, we're keeping this PG for you, buddy. Remember,
that was for The Rock. The Rock knows what Poontang pie is. We don't have to go elaborate on what that is. That's how I read that. That's hilarious.
Like the one they have pork poutines. They have triple pork, which is like bacon, pulled pork, and sausage on poutine. They got the Hogtown bacon poutine, jerk chicken, butter chicken, chicken bacon ranch, which I have sometimes, but that's way too filling. Chicken Inferno, chicken chili poutine. Like this place does.
Is it like the Canadian version of the Mexican version of carne asada fries? You know what I'm talking about? Carne asada.
Somewhat. Google disco. Apparently in the States, there's something that Alex was telling us called disco fries.
Oh yeah, disco fries. Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, it's like disco fries, except the cheese isn't melted on. The cheese, or you can Google it. It's called cheese curds. They're like these little like square they're like not square. They're like circle, but they're not really circular pieces of cheese.
Yeah, I like my cheese melted.
Yeah, but the curds they melt because of how hot everything is, and it's just so good.
I'll take
Pico. If you ever do come here, you gotta do poutine. But if I ever go back to Illinois, you are taking my ass to Giordano's. Best pizza I've ever had in my life.
That deep dish is amazing.
It fills you up so much, and you're walking out of there like, oh my god! But you're eating it, and they get like the pizza, and then they just raise the pizza up, and then the cheese just follows up with it.
I didn't honestly. The hype was hot, man. I didn't think it was gonna live up to the hype. And that first place, Pinko, don't hate me. The first place was good, but it didn't. I was like, okay, it's good. But that second place, I'm like, I believe the hype. I don't know if that could have been because I was starving, but that was good pizza. The was amazing.
Yeah, the
first place was called Illuminati.
Disco fries, you're getting the real deal.
Poutine fries. When are you going to Canada, Pinko?
Pico, come for SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Nah, I know. I wish, but I'm just trying to get everyone to come to SummerSlam like he was trying to get everyone to come to All In last year.
I want to go to SummerSlam, man, but the funds might not be there. We'll see.
Hey, you do what you got to do. If not, I'll either see you at 36 or maybe Survivor Series in I
think I came out of that weekend liking Giordani's better. Yeah, so you came to know the truth too.
The only other place I heard about there is a place called Lou Malnati's, I think it's called. I've never tried it. I was in Chicago 3 years ago, but I just went to Giordano's and I fell in love with it.
Yeah, you don't need to. I mean, I was saying, the service, by the way, the guy at Illuminati's was amazing. So I'm not knocking that at all. But
true. The other place I still have to go to in Chicago is 1 Hour Teas.
Wait, it's only 8 hours from you? Chicago's only 8 hours from you? Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why. Like, if I do Survivor Series, there's a very good chance I'll drive.
Yeah, 8 hours is nothing, bro.
The guy I was telling you
8 hours from me. I don't know what 8 hours up would be, but 8 hours down is Orlando, Florida.
I think 8 hours up for you would probably be what, like maybe somewhere close to New York City?
No, that's like 14 hours.
Oh, never mind. Probably what, DC?
Maybe DC. I don't know how many hours DC is from me. Probably before you get to DC. My sister's driven to DC before. I have to ask her. I don't know.
Okay. It all depends what kind of job I have. Okay. Well, Pico, you got the talents, man. I know you're going to get a good job somewhere.
Oh, dude, you alone. I'm telling you, man. Once you get where you can like create a shop and you can like be making shirts for, like, I'm telling you, it's gonna be sky's the limit, man. Which, by the way, I haven't said this on here. Which no one. I don't know how many people are actually watching. I only got one comment, but my podcast is dropping soon, and I have the logo. The logo was made by the Pinko. So there you go. And it's going to be on YouTube and I say YouTube and iTunes, but I may just make it iTunes exclusive for the most part.
You mean YouTube exclusive?
Well, no, it'll be on iTunes for the most, like, because I want it to be I want it to be a sub part of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be on iTunes more than I want it to be a podcast, not necessarily. But like on YouTube, like I'll probably upload it on YouTube at first to get it some, like, cred or whatever. Cred, I guess is the right word.
True. Oh, Pico's winter price. Because I remember last year he did some really good work for me around WrestleMania time.
I gave him a winter deal. I'm upping my prices in 2019. And you should, for that work that I mean, if you're taking, it depends on the time. I think you should, like, it depends on the time, what tools you're using. That, like, I mean, that's how I look at it. And I think
more for the time than the service.
Yeah, because I mean, you gotta value your time, and you gotta understand that if they go, I mean, yeah, you can always have a friend discount in a sense, like, people but like people you don't know, like friends of a friend, that they don't get the discount.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm just looking for you. I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about like, you just, But yeah, shout out to Wheater Pinko for anybody watching this later. Which
this birthday celebration is so pointless.
I don't even know what they're saying. I don't even care.
Shane's getting a present.
I'm so over Shane McMahon, dude. Oh, hey, do you know?
2 cakes.
What'd you say? There's 2 cakes? Oh, goodness. And there's presents. Who knows what are in the presents? Trust me, all the wrestlers I did work for early on, I could have made a ton. Dude, for real, man. Hey, AEW, man. You could be making logos for them.
Yeah, call Cody. Okay, he got on a pair of Jordans.
Here's the thing that, like, here's the thing I was going to say. You know that they don't refer it to Crown Jewel anymore? I heard that on that same clip with Dave. They're calling it like people were saying Braun Strowman called it the World Cup. That's what their WWE is calling it now.
I don't blame them though, because that's kind of like the epicenter of the event.
They're calling it the World Cup pay-per-view now, not Crown Jewel.
You know why they did that World Cup?
You know why they're switching it because then now it's like when they do the World Cup pay-per-view, people will forget that it was in Saudi Arabia.
No, they're doing it because Saudi Arabia wanted a World Cup, so then WWE was like, "Oh, hey, we'll give you a World Cup,
and we'll have Shane win it."
Yeah, that was something. But what was I gonna say? Just watching this too, it's like Shane, like having him back's cool and all, but I feel like kind of like the welcome's getting worn out, to where it's just like just stick to being the commissioner. Like you don't see Stephanie wrestling all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be the like. That's why I like. Okay, Jericho's a guy that AEW needs. Like, bring in some good. Like you need a WWE guy. I say you need a WWE guy. I'm not saying they couldn't succeed without Jericho, but what I'm saying is you need a guy like Jericho was making a point on the video I watched about how, more people watch New Japan Pro Wrestling than before because they knew him. They know of Jericho. And I know WWE wrestlers have done it before, but like you can actually like, oh, Jericho's in wrestling for New Japan. I can go on there and pay $10 to watch that show. And then it's like, boom. So now you're watching something that normally somebody wouldn't watch. So I think AEW has to be careful though. Like I know they have Billy Gunn as a producer, which I think will be great for them. But they have to be careful on who they get.
Yeah.
Can you spoil it for me and tell me what the heck's going on? Because I don't care.
They're doing a video tribute to Shane and like throughout the years, and then they're showing the highlights from the World Cup, and it's basically saying that they show the clip of like Miz holding his like leg at ringside, and then Shane basically being like, I'm in, I'm going to fight for you.
You know what? I blame people, and I was one of them, but I blame us as wrestling fans who like beg, like, man, where's Shane? If Shane could get back in the business, and this is what we get now.
It's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, I wanted this at first, but now I regret it.
Like, because Shane was like completely, he wanted nothing to do with the business, and now it's like, can't get the man out of it. Well, I'm not saying he should be out of it. I think he should always be a part of the business. I just don't think like he doesn't need to be his old self. He's not Shane. He's not the Shane that they just showed jumping off everything.
And like slamming Kane in the garbage with the garbage can, like the coast to coast with the garbage can.
Like people liked it because Shane was like not an unathletic guy, but he was a very like average guy doing all this stuff. So like that's why I think he was so over back in the day.
I'm surprised they don't make him like an Access VIP like they do with Triple H and Stephanie at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean that's it shows Crown Jewel. They showed the Crown Jewel. The editing guy's getting fired.
Yeah.
Is this going to lead to Shane versus Miz like at Mania? Like, or are they going to win the tag title? If they win the tag titles tonight, they're fighting tonight, aren't they? No, Rumble.
Bar.
Yeah, the bar at Rumble. That's right.
Yeah. Who do you think's winning the Rumble?
That's a great question. Going based off of like, okay, anybody can go based off of what the rumors and what people say. Who I think the more intrigued, like who I think is going to win the Rumble is a hard question. Even though I've heard, I mean, it's an easier question, but it's also like harder depending on how you look at it. I think the more interesting question is who I think should win the Rumble. Because
I like it.
So like, who do I think should win the Rumble? Like, who would I have win the Rumble based on what they're doing? Not just, I mean, obviously I have things done a lot differently, but based on who I think should win the Rumble. Ah, man, that's even hard in itself. But I still think, like, I don't know, man. You can't, like, the Shield three-way is not happening.
But Wrestling Radar here, though. This chat's picking up. Radar,
there we go.
Is it Ryan or is it Nick?
They're winning the belts at the Rumble, unfortunately. Yeah, Wrestling Radar. Wrestling Radar. Click it up, man. Boom.
Boom. Those are good guys, Ryan and Nick. I've known them before they got on YouTube. They're pretty cool guys. I think they're coming to SummerSlam, actually.
Nick, man, I hate the fact that I'm going to miss Rumble, but I'm so glad. Was it Nick? Or no, Ryan bought my ticket, right? Ryan is going to get to meet Becky Lynch on my behalf. So I think it was Ryan. It might have been Nick. I don't remember. No, I'm pretty sure it was Ryan.
Yeah. Let's go back to your Rumble argument. Sorry.
Going back to Wrestling Radar is awesome. If you do not watch or listen to their podcast, I don't get to listen to all of it a lot of times because I have a short attention span, but I do listen to it and go back to it and listen to it and go back to it. Amazing. Listen to the podcast.
I do it with the Lorenzo's one all the time because their podcasts are like 2.5 hours long.
The Lorenzo's talk about grilled cheese 1 second and then they go back to wrestling. They're all over the place, which is great. The podcast.
Not here. We can make fun of them all we want.
I don't even know who I think is going to win. Okay, we were in the Pro Wrestling Tees store with them for a good 10 minutes. Yeah, we didn't even know. Like, there's literally footage of us. Like, it seems like we're no-selling them on their channel. Like, it seems like, oh, they're the big dogs. Don't want to talk to the smaller guys. Like, oh, I'm not a big dog, but I'm just, it's like, it's so crazy. They should have way more. Like, they're starting young, so I love that. I love that.
Yeah, like even with them too. Like,
started, I think, or maybe a little bit younger. Or
they were with us on the first night on Bourbon Street, Phil, the day before you came in.
Mm-hmm.
Who you missed? That's the night I feel bad. If you had come in a day earlier, that Wednesday was probably the best day of any wrestling trip I've ever had.
That's what I've heard. But I was after seeing the after facts. I get the after effects. I'm glad it didn't happen.
Hey, TJ was the worst because he didn't even sleep in his own hotel room that night. He went back to the Drury, and I'm pretty sure slept in the same bed as Justin. Meanwhile, Alex, Matt, and I made our way back to our own hotel.
Oh, my goodness. Hilarious. But anyways, back to the Rumble.
Back to the Rumble. So we can't get it off track. Nick's got us all distracted.
Yeah, Nick's the man. So is Ryan.
Even though he's an Eagles fan.
Yeah, I can't help that. He's a Patriot hater, too. They all are. All right. Fishbowls and hand grenades had me gone. Yeah, that's never a good combination. And the giant things that Miguel would always have.
That was the bar that I got kicked out of that served the hand grenades.
Yeah. But yeah, so who I think's gonna win the Rumble? I guess don't all signs point to Seth.
That's what I'm picking.
That's the only one I've heard. So I guess that's the popular pick is Seth Rollins. Who do I think should win the Royal Rumble? Like, who's like the hottest? Like, I don't know, man. It's like, all right, if you win the Rumble, you're gonna have to face either. All right, let's just say the champions retain it up until that point. You're gonna face Brock or you're gonna face AJ. Who would I want to face either one? Like, there's nobody in the company right now. Like, to me, you're gonna laugh. Like, I don't think he's ready, but like, I'd be down for like Adam Cole, baby.
That'd be a good way to get him up to the main roster too, because like, I just have a feeling though that if you break them up, I think his ceiling is sky high on the main roster. The other guys, I can't see them having good, successful like solo runs on their own. They're good. They're a good tag team, but solo, I just don't like.
Oh yeah, Kyle Jobber and Bobby Fish, get out of here.
Yeah, but no, Kyle. Like if Adam Cole were to come in and do that I would love to see that happen. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, who's a guy that needs it? Like, I feel like there's like Rollins doesn't even need the Rumble. Like, okay, yeah, for his resume, it'd be cool that Rollins won it, but like.
Fun fact, I know he won't win, but Jericho's actually never won a Rumble.
Yeah, Jericho's never won. But he won't be he won't be there.
No, he won't. I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Vince McMahon won a Royal Rumble, so it's not that big a deal. Which and also, they probably won the World Championship, so that's not. There's a reason Bobby won the IC title. Him and Dean gonna feud.
That's gonna be such a bad feud too.
I love Bobby Lashley winning the IC title actually, because I think Bobby and Leo are great. They're annoying, but they're heels. Like, they're supposed to be annoying.
Like, Bobby Solo is like, what I could repaint the wall behind me, and watching that dry would be better. Meanwhile, you have that annoying little mouthpiece with him. Exactly. I'm not saying annoying in a bad way. I'm saying annoying in a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
It makes Bobby Lashley work. Like, having Leo Rush there, talking for him and all that stuff. But then with the Women's Rumble, I just hope we don't get the same thing as last year where you have
Charlotte Flair's winning that one.
What?
It's not even close. Charlotte Flair's winning that one. It's not even close. Becky can't win the Rumble?
What if she loses to Asuka and then enters it?
Becky can't win the Rumble. It's not. I would love it, bro. Like, but she's going to beat Asuka. Asuka was just to prolong the feud.
That's a little unfortunate because I wanted Asuka to win at Mania, but then she finally gets her shot.
Here's what I think's going to happen. She's going to beat Asuka, and Charlotte's going to pick both Becky and Ronda.
Ooh, I like that.
Because here's the thing. Like, Becky's going to Charlotte. I mean, not that she can technically do it, but you know, WWE creative. They'll, you know, like, yeah, in the rules you're not supposed to pick one, but they have tag belts for one show. Like, I've heard rumors they're going to do a women's only show, which to me, I'm not a big fan of. But
yeah, it's called Evolution.
No, a women's only show, like not Raw.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I've heard rumors of that. I don't know if there's truth.
I don't know if that would work.
I'm just saying, to me, that doesn't necessarily mean like you made them equal. So like, what do you know what I'm saying? Like, but let's just say they don't do that. I still think they could merge. Like, it sounds like to me they're gonna try to like use both talents because SmackDown's about to go to Fox. It's a good time to go back to like the one show mentality. I don't know if they'll do that or not, but
I would do it like what they did for like main event. Like you can honestly axe main event, and then have the women's show tape before Raw, tape before SmackDown, so the women don't have to do as much travel. You do 4 matches, 1 hour.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing you can do that. Here's the thing: you can have it, but they have to also be on Raw and SmackDown. You can just have the like. I'm for it for giving the women the time. Like they're not gonna get the time on Raw and SmackDown, which is what like I like 205 Live. If you watch it, it's very easy to watch. It's an hour. Mike Bennett gets on there. Shout out, you know. So it's like you get guys that normally don't get on. Like that's in my sense, I like him. But like NXT, you get guys that normally are gonna get lost in the main roster. So I'm okay with it in that aspect. So don't get me wrong in that part. I'm just saying like you shouldn't make women like the cruiserweight. You don't need 205 Live, but I get it. Like it's good to have more content so they get more chances. Otherwise, people are just gonna never get used. So I get that.
Exactly.
So I get that, but I think I don't know. I honestly think Charlotte Flair is going to win the Rumble and challenge them both. Like I think someone actually gave me that idea. I didn't come up with that myself. But when they said it, I just was like, yeah, I don't see any scenario.
The only thing I don't want to see in the Rumble match is like last year where you had like someone who's like a alumni / legend status, like Nikki Bella, in the final 2. The fact that you had both Bellas in the final 4,
yeah, that was
a little unnecessary. You don't need that. Yeah. Like also too, if you look at the lists between the men and the women who enter, with people always feel saying, "Oh, will Trish be in the Rumble? Will Lita be in the Rumble?" You kind of need them to be because you don't have anyone else. Like the NXT pool, I don't know how many they're going to pull from to be in there. I'd maybe get Shayna Baszler, maybe get like Kairi Sane.
Sane for sure, yeah.
But you're going to get so many of those legends again, like Ivory, Jacqueline, Trish, Lita, Brie, Nikki. Did Molly Holly do the Rumble last year? I think she did.
I don't remember. I actually don't remember. I know Tori was there. Kelly was there. Here's an interesting theory. This isn't going to happen. I think it's too soon. But if Ronda, I mean, there's a lot of rumors that Ronda's ready to have a baby with Travis Brown. Which shout out, met him at Access, great guy.
Yeah.
But I think one way you could go is if you didn't want to do that triple threat and you wanted Ronda to fight, or you wanted it just to do Becky Charlotte again and then do. I don't think
Sasha.
No. Then you have Shayna Baszler win the Rumble,
and then have Bianca Belair beat her at Takeover Phoenix.
Well, you can have some kind of fluke where she loses the belt. I don't know if you can't have her lose, but like
you had her losing the fluke to Kyrie though at Takeover Brooklyn.
Yeah, you did. I know, but
yeah, she won that quick roll up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She could just like do like a, they could just do a tournament for the NXT belt or whatever. She could delinquish it or whatever you call it.
Yeah,
but they're not gonna my thing is this, like I guess Shayna versus Ronda is only going to happen is if when Ronda comes back. I guess.
Yeah. Who's the other person?
I'm a big thing too. I think Ronda should just not lose. Like I don't even though she's going away, I don't think Ronda should lose. Like I know people. I don't know. I don't think she should lose.
You know, one person, how you were saying, like, oh, who should win the men's Rumble? I think there's a few people who should win the women's Rumble, but won't. Like, one of them is someone who's not being utilized enough, like a Bayley, for example, where she hasn't really done anything since she was the champ, and that was almost 2 years ago.
As far as, like, I don't know, like, although they changed his name, but Cien Almas, like, Andrade Cien Almas is a good, like, Del Rio
win a few months ago and then face AJ at Mania, but then they had the title change.
But just like if he wins, like I said, we've seen him versus AJ. Like I just don't think there's any intrigue to that. It's like Brock, like, huh?
Like Rollins versus Brock has the potential to be a really good match.
Well, Rollins versus AJ, yeah.
You know what all these matches are reminding me of, like the Rollins AJ, or even if it's that, but like the Balor Brock, Brian Brock. You know what they're reminding me of? Remember when CM Punk faced Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in 2013? It was probably one of the best. It was the best match of that year, but WWE.com failed to recognize that.
Right.
Like, I think the matches are all going to be like that. Ember. That's another thing I would like to Ember Moon winning the Rumble. That's another person. I like that scenario. Nick's
That's a good one, Nick. That's a good one.
Yeah. Hey, Nick,
if they're going, yeah, they're going.
No, I wonder who though, because they got a crew with them. And they got a few of their buddies, and then Ryan's girlfriend.
If they're going to do, while Nick's answering that, if they're going to do separate, like 2 women's championship matches, I'm down for Ember Moon winning the Rumble. Like I said, if Charlotte wins the Rumble, it just needs to be a triple threat. Like they don't need to have 2 title matches. Because like I said, I know I said Charlotte could fight Becky and you could have Shayna versus Ronda, but I don't know if anybody wants to see Charlotte Becky again. So
no,
I'm kind of
ending with Shane versus Shane, Miz and Sheamus is so bad.
Why is Miz wrestling in regular attire?
He's trying to be Baron Corbin.
I guess that's
a wrestler who's blocked me on Twitter. Fun fact.
Me, Ryan, Alec. Who did?
Baron Corbin.
What did you say?
I think it was during that time when he was getting shit on by Meltzer. Like, I'm blocked by the 2 WWE talent that have blocked me is him and JBL. Yeah, JBL. Well, I intentionally did that.
The only person I ever know I got blocked by is our sports guy, Bomani Jones, because I called him an idiot because he was.
Oh, I know who Bomani Jones is.
That's the only one that I think I've ever like. I mean, I'm sure I'm blocked by wrestlers. I just don't know. Kevin Nash. I said something to Kevin Nash about his knees one time, and he. I still have that tweet that he tweeted back. I cannot say it. It's not PG. But he said something about doing something like, why don't I do something with my mother? And yeah, so.
and Nick, is that the Brandon that we met on? Was that the Brandon that was in New Orleans?
No,
not Classic. They have a Brandon in their group too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Allie is Ryan's girlfriend.
Yeah, I recognize the Allie name. I was pretty sure one of their girlfriend.
Yeah, Ryan confirmed. Big wrestling.
I'm so jealous, man. God, I hate being an adult sometimes. But yeah, it's fine. It's all good. Rumble, my birthday weekend will still be pretty dope.
Yeah, I'd be going, but that's like the one weekend I have to work because my work does a yearly inventory, and that's the weekend for it. So I'm kind of like, it's kind of like an all hands on deck weekend, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep. Yeah. Oh, here comes the cake. You probably already seen it, but
which one? The one with Shane or the Cesaro?
They're doing one with Sheamus right now.
Oh, the coast to coast.
Yeah. Oh, that was horrible. That he missed.
You can tell he's in a little bit of pain too. Like he was selling that like that. He missed too. Now I'm gonna flip it to 205 Live because I'm a mark.
Oh, that's right. They moved it to this now.
Yeah, because it used to be on Wednesdays, but I guess the fact now. Oh, but the best part is when you're at those shows, and like literally SmackDown ends, and then like there's like 30 like ring crew guys that are just like changing everything and getting everything ready for 205 Live, and it's like, come on, guys, move it. But man, Phoenix will be a fun time for those of people that are going. I'm gonna be sitting here and enjoying the shows personally. And also, too, look out! I do the old school Rumble reaction videos. Justin's the one who got me on it. You got to get the Stevie Breach thumbnail, the video up immediately. It gets like 1,000 views. And plus, too, I got a tripod for my birthday, so that'll help out a lot.
301 plus. Shout out to Pinko. He knows what that is. 301 plus.
Boo.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. But hello. Yeah, the biz is dead, unfortunately, because of all the so yeah, that's the one thing too. Even though Phil and I have been competing for subs and everything, we're just trying to get my numbers up, his numbers up. Motor City Marks are climbing, Wrestling Radar's climbing.
Everybody's climbing. This is he said the biz is dead. Yeah, that biz is definitely dead. You're not making money on YouTube anymore.
But there's the charge of like the new breed, kind of like the people who are still consistently doing videos like well, like Lorenzo's are, but Lorenzo's and like BTB. They're like thousands. They've got a few thousand subs.
Right.
Yeah, Mayor of 301 Plus. Fun fact: the Mayor of 301 Plus follows my mom on Instagram.
Follows my mom.
Yeah, not afraid to admit that. Justin follows my mom on Instagram. But no, Justin will be sitting, Pico, Justin will probably be on this couch right here or over there next Sunday night for the Rumble. Oh, but let's hope this one gets 301 plus. I don't think it will, but this was a lot of fun tonight. I'm really glad that I brought Phil on here for this episode of No Holds Barred.
We'll have to do this a little more often. More,
Yeah, like forget the wars are the wars. They are what they are. But man, doing this, no one's.
We're just like Ciampa versus Gargano.
we were like in reverse. So like we started off with the Heat. Now we're DIY.
Now we're the tag team of YouTube.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I cannot wait for Gargano to turn on Ciampa and then win the title in NXT New York.
He said the world is better with YouTube feuding. Well, of course we'll keep. I mean, this is live stream. Of course we'll always keep it kayfabe.
Yeah.
And, at times, but
kayfabe can die from time to time.
I told you, there's a new man that I'm feuding with now. Like Griff is still, the sub. We'll always go back and forth with our subs. We'll always make jabs at each other. But there's a new guy. There's a new guy that I've got my eyes on.
And when's that video dropping, by the way?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm off tomorrow, so maybe tomorrow.
Ooh, sounds good. I can't wait for that.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. But anyway, No Holds Barred. This is my first solo episode, actually, where like with a live stream, because I did one with TJ back in August. We were supposed to do one last night, but he keeps flopping on me for some reason. I think he's just busy with work. But
life hits you sometimes, man. I won't fault him for that.
Exactly. Like that's the reason why No Holds Barred didn't record for a few months, just because him and I were getting so busy with work, personal life, etc. But I really want to do a podcast with him before the Rumble, like a recorded podcast, or we may try to go live next Monday night. We'll let you do, like, you will have your Monday Night Live spot, then him and I will follow right afterwards. Or we're going to record one and get it up before it. We'll do like an NXT TakeOver / Royal Rumble prediction show, Royal Rumble reactions from me. Bill's got his card videos, his feud, his podcast coming out. But anyway, guys, like this video, subscribe to me, subscribe to Phil. Because Wrestling Radar's in here, subscribe to them.
Yes, we the takeover for others for your graphic needs.
Yeah, and also too, I kept saw a sign that says Victoria for Hall of Fame.
Oh, I love this song. I love Leo Rosa's theme.
Yeah, see. Yeah, like my top themes, like my Spotify top 100. There was a lot of WWE in there. I'm not afraid to admit that.
Did he change his theme? Hold on, did he change it? I can't really hear it. Anyways,
Leo Rush just has that face that like you look at it and you're like, oh, I want to punch him in the face. He just looks like so annoying.
He's a great heel.
That he is.
Did you want to end this now, or do you want like that way, or do you?
You know what? Yeah, let's call it. We're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah,
let's call it a day, guys. Thank you very much for all of you who tuned in for the whole time. Wrestling Radar, Pico,
awesome. Like a lot of fun, Griff. We'll do it again.
Randy Oscar, Jay. I believe the other guy's name was. I gotta get the other guy's name. That was
Lewis fan was in here. He's always in my stuff.
Yeah, Lewis fan, and also
Randy
Randy Oscar. Yeah. Subscribe to Phil and I. Comment on this video. If you subscribe to both of us, turn that notification bell on so when we drop some really good videos, whether it's from him, whether it's from me, you're the first to see it.
Exactly. Anyway. There you go. Go, Griff. There you go. Hey, and of course, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Griff, what's your Twitter?
My Twitter is at Mr. Griff B, and same thing with my Instagram, at Mr. Griff B.
And mine, of course, is Nytemare 10. Once again, not the once again part because I get people confused, but it's Nytemare 10. NYTEMARE 10, like the perfect 10. Ty Dillinger.
Yes, right. Exactly. But anyway, guys, we're signing off for now. We will be coming back with this sometime in the near future. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out.